The other thing I hear often is older people are set in their ways. They're not going to go into a new direction. And that, too, is bullshit, if one can say that.
What happened on your first date?
Oh, make believe you don't hear that.
Oh, I'll never forget it.
Do you watch shows on your phone?
No.
No.
No. I don't watch shows on my phone.
you sound like I've offended you somehow.
No, I can't imagine watching a great performance on a phone.
Why not? You know it's done all the time.
Well, I know it's done all the time, but children do children's things and adults do adult things. And I don't think there's very adult walking around looking at performance on a cell phone. I think excess is overall a negative. I think that has made us far more consumers than citizens. They don't teach civics anymore. Everything is for sale, including our political lives. I was concerned about what I was seeing on television, mixing politics and religion.
What are you most proud of in the documentary? What do you want people to understand from it?
I would like them to understand that each of us matters. We matter. We human of the species, we matter.
We're in an interesting period in this country now, based on what you just said. In fact, the word matter is used a lot. Mm-hmm. How do you think it compares to the 70s, the national mood we're in?
This is the lousiest of the moments I have been through. I don't think I could be right about that because I've seen and been through so much. But maybe that goes along with how I feel about now. This is the moment. So if it's difficult, then this is the moment that's most difficult because it's now.
Some try to argue that it's always been like this, quote unquote, but we see it easier because of social media, because of cell phone cameras. Is it possible that we're just unearthing what's always been there?
Well, I think we could be more stressed out by the amount of everything that's heaved at us. Too much media. And I say that at a time when I think this is the golden age. I've never seen or been invited to see, with the inability to see it all, great content.
You say we're in a golden age of television, even though we're awash in television.
Right.
So are the most successful shows on TV, as we know it, reflecting social issues the way they should?
Well, you know, I don't know enough about all the shows, but I hear about Transparent.
I made a commitment here last week that I was going to come out to my kids, and I didn't do it.
I see it. I think it's just as good as anything I've ever seen. Somebody recently told me, or the way it usually goes is, you mean you're not watching?
Yeah.
I watch Night Manager. It's perfectly terrific. So this goes on all the time. And way back, there is South Park. And the new Carmichael show, which is not new this year, was new last year. And Blackish, Kenya Barris's show. They're fabulous.
You've teased on some of your other projects that you have thought about or maybe even developed a version of All in the Family.
Never said a guy who wears glasses is a queer. A guy who wears glasses is a four eyes. A guy who's a fag is a queer.
Certainly thinking about it, certainly working, well, thinking about it.
What would you do differently? What would you do the same? I mean...
Well, it'd be altogether different. There couldn't be another Archie Bunker, in my view, or Edith Bunker. Those two people are so indelible in those roles. I think calling another actor or looking for another talent to play that role would be unfair to the actor.
How do you think Archie plays today, just as an idea?
1, 2, 3.
And there's no reason why I wouldn't play today, because we were dealing with human problems that haven't gone away.
You know, on the one hand, you got Archie, who is feeling alone as these progressive ideas move along, right?
Right.
And gain traction, which, I mean, tell me if you think I'm wrong, speaks to a lot of how the country says they feel now.
Oh, I couldn't agree with him more. He was not a hater. He was somebody who just feared progress. For the last 5 years, I've been interested in doing a show, and I wrote a pilot about 55, 60, 65, 70 and up. Retired people in a retirement village, older people. One Betty White does not a demographic make. And so I wish to do a show about the elderly. Now, as a result of what I'm doing, what we're doing with One Day at a Time, which stars now Rita Moreno.
Why Netflix for one day? What was it like working with them as opposed to a network or a CBS?
Well, the big difference is we do 13 before the nation sees anything. So that's very different. But it's before a live audience, the way we always did these shows. And the theatrics of that I love.
So you think broadcast TV might finally embrace an older demo? Because for years, all we've heard is that ad buyers are not interested in those viewers. You think it's time?
The way it was told to me by Madison Avenue guys at the very beginning of my life in television, if we get them, if you get a young couple early in their marriage to buy a Chevrolet, the chances are they'll stay in the General Motors family. They'll go to a Pontiac and a Buick and a Cadillac, etc. That's the theory, and they live with it today as they lived with it then. And the other thing I hear often is older people are set in their ways. They're not going to go into a new direction. And that, too, is bullshit, if one can say that.
I wonder, though, let's take African-American television. There was this COSBY Fresh Prince, Different World universe. There was Sanford and Son, Good Times. Empire is part of that more affluent universe. Does it matter to you how those come across? Which shows deserve to get watched more than the others?
Well, it certainly mattered to me when I was producing. You know, I liked more what we did with the Jeffersons for the Moving On Up.
This goes where it's at today.
Oh, yeah? Well, ain't gonna be where I'm at tonight.
African Americans than Mr. Cosby did with the Cosby Show. I prefer the way we handle things over the way he handled things, and I even think that now.
Why? What did you get right that he didn't?
You plan to have a girlfriend?
For sure.
We got the humor in life. Far more than. I think he pontificated. I don't want to hit a guy when he's severely down. And I thought his show was wonderful. But our show was wonderful plus.
Best comedic mind in TV today?
The guys, I'm losing my dear friends' names who do South Park. I love what they do.
Respect my authority!
Matt Stone.
And David, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, yes. Larry David. You helped get Princess Bride on the boards long ago. Do you have a favorite line from Princess Bride?
I guess as you wish, because I wish everybody what they wish.
As you wish.
Finally, what do you binge? What do you binge watch? Favorite shows?
You know, I've had only one binge experience, and it was very recent. There's a show called Horace and Pete.
You're watering down the liquor.
Yeah.
By 50%.
Yeah.
That's indefensible.
That's why I didn't want to say it.
You heard about Louis C.K.'s Horace and Pete? I heard about it, looked at one, had a lot to do, could not help but look at the second and the third. And that's as much binging as I've done, and I can't wait to get to the fourth, fifth, and the rest.
Well, and you're about to see how One Day operates under that, in that environment too, right?
They'll be able to binge 13 right away. And I can't believe that some people will sit and watch it in a long evening.
Just not on their phones.
Oh, please, God, not on their phones.
Hey, CNBC fans, I'm Carl Quintanilla. Thanks for watching CNBC's Binge on YouTube. You can subscribe by clicking right here,
Watch all of our interviews on the changing media landscape. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch more from CNBC. Thanks for watching.